हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आप सभी का हमारे चैनल विद्या क्लास 10th में स्वागत है। इस क्लास में हम देखेंगे क्लास 10th बायोलॉजी का चैप्टर ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन। स्टूडेंट्स, इसका फर्स्ट पार्ट हम पहले ही अपने चैनल पर अपलोड कर चुके हैं, तो अगर आपने वो पार्ट नहीं देखा तो आप हमारे चैनल पर जाके देख सकते हैं। मैं उसे आई बटन में भी ऐड कर दूँगा। इस पार्ट के अंदर हम फीमेल रिप्रोडक्शन से कंटिन्यू करेंगे। स्टूडेंट्स, ये नोट्स बहुत ही ज़्यादा ईजी लैंग्वेज में है और इफेक्टिव है, जो आपको इस चैप्टर में हाई स्कोर करने में बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प करेंगे। तो प्लीज़ इस वीडियो को एंड तक ज़रूर देखना। हर पेज को रीड करने के बाद मैं उसे लैंडस्केप में करूँगा, जिससे आप इन नोट्स का स्क्रीनशॉट भी ले सकोगे। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं हमारा चैप्टर ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन का पार्ट 2। इसका जो नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है स्टूडेंट, वो है फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन। फर्स्ट पॉइंट, इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ अ पेयर ऑफ ओवरी, ओविडक्ट, fallopian tube, uterus, which is also known as womb, and the external genitalia, which is vagina. Next, ovaries are found in pair and secretes ovum or egg. Next, it also secretes estrogen and progesterone hormone. Next, eggs are collected by the help of tube known as oviduct or fallopian tube. Oviduct is the site of fertilization. Uterus is inverted U-shaped structure where implantation and complete development of baby takes place. Next, external genitalia organ is vagina. The release of an ovum from an ovary is called ovulation. You can take the screenshot. So students, this is the diagram of vagina. Next topic is post-fertilization events. First point, just after the fertilization, zygote is formed. You can see the diagram students. After sperm and ova get along, then zygote is formed. Next point, zygote is implanted into the wall of uterus. This process is called implantation. Zygote is further divided to form embryo, which is a bulk of mass. Embryo is further divided to form differentiated body design, which is called fetus. The complete development of fetus requires the time period of 9 months, which is called gestation period. After 9 months, the developing child is ready to take birth. Take the screenshot. Students, you can see the diagram. Zygotes get converted into embryo, and embryo get converted into a fetus, which fetus will develop into a full-fledged organism. Next topic is students, menstruation. First point, it is a phenomena in which unfertilized ovum is released out of female's body along with some blood and mucus. Menstruation takes place after 28 days. If ovum is not fertilized, then blood linings of uterus breaks down, and along with blood lines, mucus and ovum will also come out. First menstruation after puberty is called menarche. Menstruation lasts up to 45 to 50 years of age, and the last menstruation is called menopause. Next topic is birth control. Some parents force their children to get married and start having children even if he or she is not ready or fit for sexual maturations. Next point, it can lead to some disease which are carried by an infected person to healthy person through sexual contact. These diseases are sexually transmitted diseases like gonorrhea, syphilis, and HIV/AIDS. Next point, precaution to prevent transmission of STDs is by using covering called as condom for penis during sex. Next topic is ways to prevent pregnancy. First point is creation of mechanical barrier for sperm so that sperm doesn't enter. Take the screenshot after pausing the video. So that sperm doesn't reach eggs, condoms and similar coverings can be used. Second point, by changing hormonal balance of body to prevent fertilization. These drugs are of two types. First is oral contraceptive and vaginal pills. This can have side effects. Placing of copper T in uterus to prevent implantation, which is implantation means pregnancy. This can cause side effects. The method in males by which vas deferens is blocked is done by surgery, which is known as vasectomy. The method in females by which fallopian tube is blocked by surgery is known as tubectomy. Surgical operations can be used to terminate pregnancy if doctors allow that continuance of pregnancy can affect health of mother or unborn child, but many misuses this. This illegally do sex selective abortion of female fetuses, but for a good society, male-female sex ratio should be maintained. The oral pills contains hormones which stop the ovaries from releasing ovum into the oviduct. The vaginal pills contain the chemicals called spermicides which kill the sperm. Next students, now we will move on our next part of the video, which is which is all the question answers. These are all the important question answers, and these question answers have been seen in the previous year's question papers of science. So please watch this video till end. First question is, how does binary fission differ from multiple fission? So the answer is, when two new daughter cells are formed as a result of fission, it is called binary fission. Example, amoeba. When many daughter cells are formed as a result of fission, this is called multiple fission. Example, malarial parasite. Question number 2. How will an organism be benefited if it reproduces through spores? Spore formation is an asexual mode of reproduction. Spores formed are covered by thick walls that protect them from adverse conditions. During favorable condition, thick resistant wall breaks down and new organisms grows from it. Next point, spores are very lightweight and they easily get dispersed through winds, which give them more variation and thus better chances of survival. Question number 3. How can you think of reasons? Why more complex organisms cannot give rise to new individuals through regeneration? So the answer is, complex organisms are not simply a random collection of cells where specialized cells are organized as tissues, and tissues are organized into organs which then have, take the screenshot, which then have to be placed at definite positions in the body. In such a carefully organized situation, it is not easy to develop organisms through regeneration. Question number 4. Why is vegetative propagation practiced for growing some types of plants? So the answer is, vegetative propagation makes possible for the propagation of plants such as banana, orange, etc. that have lost the capacity to produce seeds. Moreover, all plants produced through vegetative propagation are genetically similar to the parent plant. Question number 5. Why is DNA copying an essential part of the process of reproduction? DNA copying leads to DNA copies which are similar to the original. Thus, offsprings have similar body design features inherited to them from their parents' DNA. Copying is an essential part of reproduction. How is the process of pollination different from fertilization? So the answer is, pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to stigma of a flower, whereas fertilization is the fusion of male gamete with female gamete. Take the screenshot. Next, question number 7. What is the role of seminal vesicle and the prostate gland? Seminal vesicle and the prostate gland add their secretions so that sperms are not in a fluid, which makes their transport easier, and this fluid also provides nutrition. Next, question number 8. What are the changes seen in the girls at the time of puberty? So there are 4 changes seen. First is the breast size begins to increase. Next, girls begin to menstruate. Next, growth of pubic hair. And next, skin becomes oily. Next question is question number 9. How does the embryo get nourishment inside the mother's body? So the answer is, the embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood with the help of a special tissue called placenta. Through placenta, glucose and oxygen pass from mother to the embryo. Moreover, waste substances of embryo are removed through placenta into the mother's blood. Next, question number 10. If a woman is using a copper tea, will it help in protecting her from sexually transmitted diseases? So the answer is no. Copper tea will not protect her from STD. Only barrier methods protect from STD. Next question is, what are the advantages of sexual reproduction over asexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction leads to new combination of genes as it involves 2 parents and meiosis. This produces variation in offsprings. Variations are the basis for evolution. Next, question number 12. What are the functions performed by the testes in human beings? There are 2 functions performed by testes. First is it produces sperms. Next, it also produces testosterone hormone. Next, question number 13. Why does menstruation occur? So the answer is, if the egg is not fertilized and the uterus does not get zygote, the developed lining slowly breaks and menstruation occurs. Question number 14. What are the different methods of contraception? So there are three methods. First is the barrier method, next is chemical method, and third is the surgical method. Question number 15th. How are the modes of reproduction different in unicellular and multicellular organisms? Answer is, unicellular organisms reproduce asexually, whereas multicellular organisms reproduce sexually. Question number 16. How does reproduction helps in providing stability to population of species? Take the screenshot. So the answer is, the rate of birth and death in a given population determines the stability. The rate of birth should be approx equal to the rate of birth. So by checking birth rate, which is increasing at an alarming rate, stability to population of species can be provided. Question number 17th. What could be reason for adopting contraception methods? So the answer is, frequent pregnancies have an adverse effect on the health of a woman. Frequent and unwanted pregnancies can be avoided by adopting contraceptive methods. Also, these methods check population growth by controlling childbirth rate. Students, you can see the structure of sperm. So the in structure of sperm, we'll also read some points. So the first point is, acrosome is a sperm is an enzyme which helps in the fusion of sperm and the ovum. Nucleus controls all the activities of sperm, and energy required by sperm is released by mitochondria which is present in the neck region. स्टूडेंट्स, हमारा चैप्टर यहीं पर एंड होता है. स्टूडेंट्स, इसके क्वेश्चन आंसर्स बहुत ही शॉर्ट है और बहुत ही इजी है, जिनको आप आराम से लर्न कर सकते हो और समझ भी सकते हो. बहुत ही इजी लैंग्वेज में है. तो प्लीज़ अगर आपको ये हमारा वीडियो अच्छा लगा हो तो प्लीज़ इसे लाइक कीजिए और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए. और आप हमें कमेंट्स में बता सकते हैं कि कौन सा नेक्स्ट चैप्टर पर वीडियो देखना चाहते हो और कौन सी नेक्स्ट सब्जेक्ट्स पर देखना चाहते हो. थैंक यू सो मच स्टूडेंट्स.